Good morning, it's Pastor Sandy coming to you with the time of refreshing. We're at the farm this morning. Wanted to bring you an encouraging word about focus. In Colossians 3:2, it says, set your mind on things above and not on earthly things. Sometimes it's so hard because we have so much going on around us, that we get focused on maybe the wrong things and we forget a lot of other things that are right in front of us. We can be so focused on the day, getting up. Did we do all the to-do list? Did we get the kids ready? What is the news saying? What is this one saying? I get to work, I've got this, I've got that, and our focus is always on everything that's happening around, the good and the bad, but we forgot about being focused on Him. And when we stay focused on God, that will help to bring balance and peace to everything else in our lives. It seems like focus is something all of us need to work on, especially in the days that we live. It just seems like life is so busy that we even have trouble focusing on certain things. It seems like it's, maybe you get to work and I can't focus on this and I can't focus on that. So we're here and we're there because we got all these other things pulling on us constantly. So now, not only sometimes do we focus on something too much, now we're not even able to focus on the right things that we need to be focusing on. Why? Because we're so distracted. It's even hard to try to stay focused sitting in church on Sunday on a message because our minds have been trained to every little other thing. So a baby cries, a chair moves, somebody drops something, and we lose our focus. So I'm hoping today that we're going to ask God help us to be first focused on Him and then help us to be focused on those things around us. The enemy loves to distract and to bring distractions. Why? So that he can keep us in turmoil, lose your peace, lose your joy, forget to focus on the things that are right there in front of you. Not always all about what we got to do, but what about the who? We need to look at what's happening right in front of us. And if we're not careful, we're focused on so many other things and our thoughts are running here and there, and then the next thing you know, our thoughts are on us. It's all about me and all I've got to do and my problems, my trouble, and we forget about what is in the Father's heart. God says, put your eyes on me. Set the things on that are important to me. Not always the who, and it's all about just you. What about the who that's in front of you? Not just about what I got to do, but what about maybe that person that's walking in front of you at the store that day, or the person you passed on the street. Sometimes we forget because we're allowed distractions to come in. I hope today that we can hear God's heart, that it's not always about the what, but it's about the who, and that we can see and hear God's heart, and that we'll cry out and say, God, help us to be sensitive to your presence and sensitive in the moment of who is walking by us. Maybe a hello, maybe a kind act, maybe a kind word. Maybe somebody might just need you to say, hey, could I pray for you today? Help us, God, to focus on what's in your heart and what's important. That it's not that my life becomes so busy that I forget about the important things, even maybe someone right in your family that you see every day, but we're all consumed about what we got to do. Did we check off all the 10 things? Did we get everything done? Well, maybe some things could wait for another day. See, let's help, to get our priorities right. Let's help to get some balance, get the focus first on Him, and then all this other stuff will line up. Let's not let the opportunities that God sends to go right by, and we never tapped in to what God was doing. That we put our flesh down and say, God, it's more important that I'm hearing you and I'm doing what you've asked me to do than if I get all 20 things done on my list today. That it's not all about me. That it's not all about, well, I need this and I need that. What does God need us to be doing? Let's become sensitive in His presence. Let's fix our eyes on Him. And then we'll be able to focus on the other things with balance. Then we won't lose focus of the right things, and we'll actually have more time to do the things that God needs us to do. But sometimes we need to just mark some of those things off our list and say, okay, God, what would you have me to put on my to-do list? Oh, wouldn't that be something if we ask God first? You know, the first mission in our lives should be about people for our life. And as we give ourselves to others, God will make sure that our world is taken care of, that everything will balance out. And it's okay if you didn't get it done today. Maybe you could move it to tomorrow. It really is all right sometimes just to say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to sweat this. I'm going to have peace in God so that my life can be balanced out and that my children can also see who's priority. Is it my job? Is it me getting everything done on my list? Is it me becoming so I can have 10 degrees behind my name, but I forget about everybody around me? Let's get him in focus today. Let's keep our focus on him so that our focus on others and other things will balance out. I don't know about you, but I want to walk in God's true joy, his peace. I want to be able to let his joy, his peace, his hope overflow out of me so that when I do go out and about, that is what others are seeing. Not a stressed out, stressed life that I don't have time for you, that I walk right on by, but no, that the love of God, that the peace of God, that the joy and the hope of God is flowing from me so that I'm sensitive enough and focused on him that if he were to say, stop, they need you to pray. Stop. I need you to obey. Open the door for them. Buy them a cup of coffee. Offer to pray. Oh, let's put him first. Because see, when we put him first place in our lives and in our hearts, let me tell you, your desires will come forward when we honor the desires of God's heart. You know, let our daily actions be shown with love and care and concern and focused on God so that we can focus on others. Oh, I'm going to tell you something, that in the midst of your giving, in the midst of our going and honoring God, let me just tell you something. He will take care of your business. And actually, I believe he can multiply time when we honor God first. But then he can also begin to give us a peace and a rest to say, it's okay. Shut your little book. Put down your little to-do list. And let's spend time with him. Focus on him. And then say, God, what is it that's first priority? And then the rest of it will fall into place. Well, I hope that helps some of you today. I know I constantly have to say, God, help me to be focused first on you and to walk in your presence and to enjoy your peace and enjoy the journey of life. But oh Lord, never let me become so busy and so insensitive that I'm focused on all the trouble and all the problems and all about am I getting all of my stuff done, that I forget about that one that just walked by me. And inside their heart, they're crying out, God, if you're real, speak to me today. If you really do love me and care for me, send somebody to tell me that you're real. Oh, I hope you feel the same thing today, that your heart is crying out to say, God, help us to focus on you first and let all the other things come into right priority. Let my life go tell the story of his goodness and his love, and let it be an example to your children and your grandchildren and those that are around, that no matter what's going on in life, God is first. And then it's ministering to those that God sends across your path and my path. Oh, I just thank you, God, today. I just speak health and wholeness over bodies. I speak peace over minds. I speak a settledness where some have just been so much in a turmoil where they constantly are so driven by having to do everything that they have written down that they have forgotten, God, about some of the things you want to have written down on their list. I thank you, God, today for a peace, and I thank you, God, today that you are speaking to hearts right now to come to that place where we're focused on you and that we're hearing your heart so that our lives can go make that difference. I hope you were blessed today. I hope you got a little bit of refreshing. And until next time, keep it simple, my sisters, and I bless my brothers.